I tell you, the people who don't make these webinars always say, hey, Greg, you're going to record it? And I always say yes, and then I always forget. So, okay, now we're recording. So I'll redo that part again. So here you are, the Investor Center, and it leads with a video of me saying something that we think is compelling to the public, saying American housing is the best way to secure your financial future. When the markets are down, if you have the means to be an optimist, you can build wealth in the American housing market. And what we've got here is education, technology tools, and information. So what we lead with here, this video, then after it runs, it actually then blends into a demonstration of the course itself. Not the course you took, but the course that consumers can take. Now what happens is after they watch that video that demonstrates the course and they want to get started, they click on Get Started Now, and oh, they have to register. See, everything else we do on the web, they just use anonymously and free, but if they want to be in the course, they don't have to pay anything, but they have to register. All right, and what happens when they register is that this system is coded, and I'll show you how to make sure you protect your code. It's coded for you as an affiliate of OwnAmerica so that anybody who registers from the Investor Center through your channel, that email goes directly to you. All right, and what we've done is we only require the email address. They can put their name, first name, last, and level of experience, but what we found is that the more fields we required, the more friction we created. So we made this thing as simple as possible. And once they register, they get an email with their login credentials. Then they can log in. And I'll show you all this briefly. Let me just, I hope I remember my password. Oh, hang on. I have too many passwords. Come on now. Third time's a charm. Boom. All right. So now this is the course that they can now take. Okay, and you recognize the dashboard. It's the same platform we built your course in, and this thing walks them through a 6-module course that starts with an introduction where I explain what we're doing here. Okay, and you probably already noticed, oh look, I'm half asleep on the screen. I'll have to fix that. You probably noticed that right here it says, I'd like to speak to an OwnAmerica investment specialist. In every single introduction video, I say, here's what this module is going to be about. And by the way, anytime you're interested, just let us know. We'll put you in touch with an OwnAmerica investment specialist. If this person is entering this system via your portal, that lead goes directly to you. So here, philosophy, supply and demand in the housing cycle, the 5 principles of real estate wealth. You recognize this stuff. Research, okay, applying the 5 principles, market research, population trends, employment trends, how to increase value. How to do cash flow and ROI analysis, how to do case studies, how to create an investment plan, all right, how to get financing, the tax implications. This goes right along. It's all different because it's directed towards the investor themselves, but it's totally parallel to what you learned in the OICP certification. So the idea here is that you are educating people via an offering you're putting out there on the web, and they're learning the same thing you're learning. And anytime they're in here, let's say they're looking at they're looking at cash flow, okay, and they just don't have any idea what the rental market is like, or they don't have a clue. Now that they know what vacancy rate means, they don't know what vacancy rate they should put in. So on top of every one of these videos, I'd like to speak to an OwnAmerica investment specialist. They click submit. It creates a form. Okay, they fill it out. They click submit. That sends an email to you. You jump all over it. So it's a built-in lead generation, but also lead incubation system. Because when you get a lead when somebody registers, it's up to you, but you don't necessarily want to go pouncing into chasing them down right away. You might decide you want to let them incubate a little bit, wait till they raise their hand a little bit later. And then, of course, the planning process. If you've been through the course, you know that we have an investment planning document that we want you to use. Well, we give it to them here also and walk them through the process of creating that investment plan so they can come to you and say, here's my 4-page investment plan. Help me fulfill it now. I believe I have a couple of questions showing up here. Hang on one sec. Do we have questions? No. Oh, Jen wants me to play the intro video, but you know what? I'm afraid it's not going to work, Jen, because I don't know if the system is going to play the audio. I'll try it. Tell me, give me a hands raised if you can hear this video. This is the worst housing crisis since the Great Depression, but it's also the greatest investment opportunity of your lifetime. I'm inviting you to be part of a community of bootstrapping entrepreneurs who are not afraid of this recession, who recognize the fact that when the markets are down, when people are pessimistic, if you have the means to be an optimist, you have the ability to build a fortune. Introducing research tools to help you find markets on the upswing and properties with incredible upside potential. Crash Boom, a must-read on the fundamentals and advanced strategies of professional real estate investors, and a video-based learning system to help bring it all together. I started at OwnAmerica.com because I want to teach you what I've learned over 20 years of working with professional investors of how to manufacture wealth in the real estate market. All right, so you see there, hopefully you heard that. I got a couple of hands that got raised, so some of you heard it, some of you probably didn't, but oh, I'm still talking there. All right, so one of the reasons why we lead with education is that, and you probably know this about me by now, I believe the world is full of people that want to invest in real estate, that have dreamt about it, that have talked to their spouse or significant other about it, and just don't know how to go about it. And we started this company with that belief. I wrote that book with the belief. I started the radio show with that belief. And we were validated in a very big way recently when Move Inc., the purveyors of Realtor.com, did a survey. They found that a whole bunch of people on Realtor.com were not shopping for homes, but shopping for investment properties. And so they surveyed 1,000 of them. And the results of that survey produced a couple of key stats. And I'll just share them with you really quickly. This was an article in the Wall Street Journal that came out as a result of that Move Inc. survey. All right. Number one, they found that when they asked the investors how likely they were to buy, what was it, more than half of the be more active. I think they asked them how, more than half said, sorry, they asked them how likely would they to buy in the next 2 years. That's what it was. And the investors were 3 times more likely. And you can probably validate that because you deal with home buyers. They're squeamish. They hear about the double dip recession. They're worried. Investors are trying to make a killing, and so they're more active. But here was the key stuff. Number one, farewell to flippers. Half of the investors surveyed, they said they plan to hang on to their properties for 5 years or more. That's great news. But here's the biggie. Hello, newbies. A whopping 59% of the surveyed people were new to real estate investing. Now, why is that huge? Well, I would suggest to you folks, they're not going to do anything about it, okay? There are those people that I'm telling you are out there, that you know are out there at the backyard barbecue. You bring up real estate investing, you're going to find that everybody you talk to, with some exceptions, have thought about this, have talked about it. They don't know how to go about it. Remember the Google search? You search real estate investing, you get a bunch of snake oil salesmen who teach you how to do it the wrong way, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to teach them how to do it the right way. And so now you are in the real estate education business, but you're not a snake oil salesperson. You are an Own America person, which means you're giving them a conservative approach to real estate investing, one that has the best possible returns because it's long-term in nature, and one that has the lowest risk because of the way that we approach it here. You're giving away what they sell. It's like we're doing what Google does, right? You sell something, we're going to steal your business away because we're going to give away what you sell. You're now going to give away education, and it's quality education. The people that take it like it, and the fact that it's free, even all the better. In addition, you guys are familiar with the case study calculator, right? That's that fun tool that allows you to do projections on a property 30 years out into the future. Remember this, right? Now, there are some folks on this call who probably haven't gotten through the first third of the course yet, so you don't even know what I'm talking about. This is what you have in store for you here, okay? This case study calculator, which I'm not going to demonstrate for you, is available now to your users right from your investor center, and there's a video right here that shows them how to use it. Plus, we've got a news feed here, and I've got my book on here, not because I'm trying to get you to sell my book for me, because what we've done is created as many different types of content. You like to read, you like to watch, you like to listen, you like to read a book, you want to read a blog. I don't care what vehicle you want to consume this information in. The common denominator is conservative long-term real estate investing, optimistic viewpoint on the housing market. And so we give all that to you now for you to deliver out to the public. So let me see. By a show of hands, how many of you guys like what you're seeing so far? One? Come on, click on the hand if you like it. You know, I can tell if you guys are distracted. The system somehow knows. If you start clicking around and checking your email, I get a little exclamation point next to your name. So I'm going to start calling you folks out. If you're on the webinar and you're checking your email, I can tell. Okay, good. A lot of people like it. That's what I was looking for. And I appreciate that I was fishing for that, and you gave me what I was looking for. Thank you. All right, so that's the Investor Center. So now the question is, how do you use it? Well, everybody on this call, everybody in the system who has passed the exam and is maintaining their membership in the system has gotten an email as soon as this call began. The rest of you will get these emails as soon as you pass the exam and get certified. The email, well, there's two of them actually. One says, congratulations, you passed, and it identifies the benefits of being a member. That looks like this right here. It's got your designation logos and the OwnAmerica logo. It tells you what the benefits are. The second email says Investor Center Setup. All right, and I'm going to show you how to do that now, but you'll be happy to know that right here in this email there's a video that is me showing you how to use it also. So you don't have to worry about taking notes down right now. You can watch the video and it'll walk you through it. But let me tell you how it works. Basically, there is a place called the Affiliate Center, not to be confused with the Investor Center. I know we've got a lot of places here for you to log in, but that's what you get with a multifaceted strategy like this. The Affiliate Center, because you are now an affiliate of America, you've got this content that you can go out and generate leads with. You can go in this email and it explains to you how to make this part of your site, your blog, your social media, your email signature, etc. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go down to here. Click here to access the Affiliate Center. Use these affiliate resources. Use, typo, Adam, make a note. Use the Affiliate Resource Center login credentials. No, that's right. Use these Affiliate Resource Center login credentials. So I'm going to click here, and my code is Greg R. My password is 123ABC. And I'm going to change it because I'm sure someone's going to go mess with my Affiliate Center. But if I click here, now I'm logging into the back end of the Investor Center. What was it? 123ABC? I forget it already. Yep. All right. Now I log in. Now, there are a bunch of things here that you don't have to worry about. I'm going to show you the ones that you're going to want to worry about. All right. First, up on the left side here, you see Link Generator. If I click Link Generator, you're not going to have this first one. Okay. You're going to have just the Investor Center. And there's two links. There's the website and there's the My Tracking link. The website one shows you where your tracking link is going to point. All right. So this just shows you where it's going to go. You do not use the blue link, because the blue link is not coded for you. So if you take this blue link and put it out there and people go to it and they register, they're going to come to me. They're not going to go to you. That's an uncoded link. You go to this one, the gray link. And again, I make this point obnoxiously frequently in the video, so you really can't miss it. I take this link and I copy it. And now I can go and let's say I want to go and, I don't know, put it on Twitter. All right, so I go to Twitter. And I say, hello world, check out my new Investor Center. Boom, tweet. It's out there, okay? 32,000 followers just got my Investor Center. They click on it. It brings them to the Investor Center. And now they are tagged. It's like an animal in the wild. You ever watch those nature shows where they wrestle the wild boar to the ground and staple something to that little thing's ear, and now they're tracking it? Well, you just stapled something to that user's ear. They're yours now. A cookie has been dropped onto their computer. I'm going to go back over now to the Affiliate Center. So that's the first thing. You've got a link. Wherever you might put a link, you can put this link, and you can drive traffic towards your Investor Center. The next thing I'm going to show you is banners. See on the left-hand side here, banners? We created a whole mess of marketing banners, and we're going to create more, as time goes on. But you look here, we've got gold horizontal, calculator gold horizontal, calculator blue horizontal, calculator red vertical. Basically, we do different shapes and sizes, different colors, and these ones promote the calculator. Okay? See the future potential of your property. Try our case study calculator. And then these ones down below promote the course. Okay? Let's see. Let's go purple. Anybody here work for a purple company? Course purple horizontal. So that's what that banner looks like. Learn the art of real estate investing. Take our free course. Now this is a little more complicated, but not really. This link right here, I click on it. Guess where it takes me? Oh, hang on a second. My Investor Center is coded differently, so I have to change one thing so it works like yours is going to work. Okay. So I go and pick that. I'll pick a different one this time. Here's a red one for all you RE/MAX folks out there. Click on this. It brings me to my Investor Center. Okay, and again, it tags me along the way. Never, ever, ever copy this link and paste it. That's the link that is not coded. Okay, you want to use the one that's coded, or you want to use the graphic. But I can take this graphic, I can right-click on it, and I can copy. And for you Mac users, you do something else. I don't know, you wave a wand or something, but it's still possible, I'm sure, on a Mac. Right-click, I click copy. Now let's say I want to go over to, I don't know, Active Rain. And I'm going to post a blog posting. And Active Rain works like most other blog posts. So I'm going to write a blog post. I'm going to say, check out my new Investor Center. And I go into the HTML version. And I click paste. Come on, paste. I must not have copied it. Hang on. Copy. Oh, no, wait. I got to use this one. Sorry. Take a step back. When I'm using HTML, I use this code right here. This is an embed code. Okay? So I copy this code. I paste it here. And now I can post my blog entry. You know, I'll write something around it so it's got some intelligence around it. But now I've got that in my blog post. All right, I click on it. It's going to bring me to, guess where, the Investor Center. So whatever you're doing in terms of blogging, you can use whatever you're doing there where you would be able to put an embed code in. Your website is probably the kind of thing where whoever builds your website, if you can add widgets in, you can use the embed code. If you have a programmer that's going to be used to put this on your site, they're going to use the embed code. They're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when you use that phrase, okay? And the idea is this is the kind of thing that you put on your homepage. If you're an REO specialist, you put it on your REO page. You put it everywhere, right? Put it everywhere. Put the one that's about the learning program, put the one that's about the case study calculator, and just plaster it all over wherever you can to try to draw people in. Makes sense, right? It's pretty simple. So that's how you do it in a blog. And then even more simple, where am I? Okay, go back to the banner, and I'm going to show you how to do using the copy. Wait, get off of those. I'm going to copy this graphic, this coded graphic, and I'm going to go into my email, and I'm going to change my signature. I'm not sure what software you use for email, but you have an ability to create a signature. So here's my signature, and it's just got my name and my stuff underneath. And so I'm going to go underneath here, and I'm going to paste my ad. And I'm going to save. I'm going to say OK. I'll close this, compose a new email. Boom. There it is. All right, and when I click on it, it takes me to the Investor Center. So what you've got now is you can either use the link, you can use the coded graphic, or you can use the embed code. They're all going to bring you basically to the same place, which is the Investor Center, and they're going to give you the ability then to just go to town, right? Just like I said before about social media. I'm not going to tell you how to do internet marketing. I'm just going to give you tools so that when you're doing your internet marketing, instead of saying, look at me, list your house with me, I'm different than the million other realtors in America because I don't know why, but I'm different. You can say, I'm different because I'm smarter. I'm different because I'm going to make you smarter. I'm offering you investor education, education on the asset class. And by the way, here's a technology widget that nobody else has in the marketplace but me. And the idea here, obviously, is that you generate leads with it in a very big way and begin to take the existing traffic that you're interacting with online and channel it into a new lead database of people that might be convertible into investors. So what else do I have here? Let me go back on the screen a sec. Link, Facebook banner. All right, so we're early, but that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Do we have any questions? You have an option on your screen to be able to, oh, we have a couple already. Hang on one second. We have a bunch. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at this. Jen tells me, I hope you're recording. No, I wasn't. Hang on, okay. Okay. So Connie, you're going to want to watch it a few times. That's great. I am finally recording. All right, yes, you can hear me. Okay, no, I missed the beginning. We are available to download, so I can get this from the beginning. All right, yeah, so this is all based upon me recording this thing, which thank goodness I figured out that I wasn't doing at one point. I answered Joan's question. Can we convert the link to a QR code? Kathy, great question. And the answer is, I don't know anything about QR codes, but it's a link like any other link. So the answer is probably yes. So that's a great idea. Yeah, put a QR code out there. Go to town with that and drive people to that investor center. If you can't do it, let me know, but it's got to be because it's just a link. Possible to put this on web portals as well as Facebook. Let me show you how it works on Facebook. All right, so let's go over to... So it's a little quirkier on Facebook, and I just learned that yesterday, and I'm having them make some modifications. Here's what it looks like on Facebook. What you actually do there is grab the link. So where is that? I'm going to go back to my center here, go to the link generator, grab the gray link, not the blue one, copy that, go to Facebook, I paste it in, and when you're going to see in a minute as it generates the thumbnail is not what I want it to be. It's the thumbnail of the book. Ideal, okay? And the headline is OA Investor 1. So that's going to say the OwnAmerica Investor Center, and that's going to be an OwnAmerica logo or an OICP logo, hopefully by this time tomorrow. But in the meantime, when you paste it, it will look like this. You click share, check out my new Investor Center, and now it's on Facebook. All right. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for questions here. For some reason, it's really small on my screen, so I got to scroll through. Okay, the question is, when someone registers, how are you notified? Okay, you get an email instantaneously, and so do we. We get a copy of it. What happens is, as soon as they click submit when they register for the course, you get an email that says a consumer registered. And again, all they have to put in is their email address. So you might just get an email address. You might get a first name, last name. You might get a level of experience. What you're going to have to do on your end, because I don't have a database for you at this stage, okay, so you're going to have to grab those email addresses and put them in whatever other email functioning system you have. Put them into Outlook, put them into an Excel spreadsheet, whatever. But you're going to have to be diligent about that. The good news is if you don't delete them, they'll be in your email. So you can always just go back and sort by your OwnAmerica leads, and they'll all be there. And then same thing happens when somebody decides they want to talk to you. Then they fill that out. That also goes to you instantaneously. They're going to be in our database, but they're segmented out for you. And what they're going to get is they're going to get our newsletter every week. So there's an automatic incubation process in here that incubates these leads on your behalf with our newsletter. If you didn't catch the newsletter, the first iteration of the new look came out yesterday. So it's a good-looking newsletter. And basically it's all about realistic optimism in the housing market. So it's very shareable, and it's basically radio stuff from me, a blog from me, but then a couple of articles every time of other authors, other newspapers that are saying things that are either blatantly optimistic or can be spun optimistically. Okay, hang on. Questions? Someone gets notified. Okay, you can't track the progress of a user in the course. That is not one of the capabilities that we have right now. So good question. It's the kind of thing that we'd like to build, but I don't actually have the ability to deal with that right now. And you'll be happy to know that I've got another release of another product for like September, October to layer into this thing. That's not going to be an upsell. It's going to be part of membership. So, and then another one for December. So we've got two other things that are in development before we get to that. So it'll be a while if we ever do. So my apologies. Okay. Any other questions? All right. So what I wanted to close with, and if you have any more questions, go ahead and throw them up there, and I'll try to make sure I look at the end. Couple of things. One is we're getting some really good information coming back from the field. Okay. Here's what we're learning. Number one, the universe is conspiring in our favor. The world is coming alive in the real estate investment space. Exactly what we were hoping was going to happen is happening. The press is getting on board. There are more and more and more press articles and stories about how active investors are. If you haven't caught them, you're going to see them in the feed. Or follow me on Twitter, GSRand on Twitter, because that's what drives the feed on the Investor Center. Those articles are becoming more and more frequent. So that's a very big thing. Number two is we're finding that I gave you business development tracks in the course, and what I want to suggest is If doing all of them is holding you back, just do one of them. You know, pick the one that's more closely aligned with what you're comfortable with in your home ownership business, and just do that. All right. We may have overshot in terms of creating too much, and there are too many people who have bought this course who are taking months to finish it. All right. And the good news is the people who have taken it in the last couple of months, when we've told them, hey, just get it done quickly, they're getting it done. We have people who did this in one day. They just ripped through the videos really quickly and did the business development tracks afterwards. So if you're somebody who has been putting this off, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, put it in your calendar, an hour a day for 6 days, and you're done, okay? So sprint through it, because the good news is if you go out looking for investors, guess what? You're finding them. All right, the simplest things, open houses. If you do open houses for homeowners, have you ever done an open house for investors? Chances are you haven't. How crazy is that? Take one of your stale single-family listings, repackage it as an investor property, and put it out there. But then do one more thing. Do printouts. This is Joe Mendez from Long Beach came up with this idea. He did the open house, did the property reports for that house, did property reports for 5 or 6 other listings that weren't even his, and then investors showed up. I mean, amazing. You advertise an open house for investors, guess who shows up? Investors. And you say, hey, you want to buy this one? No? Okay, you want to see these ones? Yeah? Great, let's go. So do that. Direct mail to your farm, okay? If you're sending stuff out to your farm and it's happy 4th of July, time to get ready for back to school, like enough of that stuff already. Send out a just listed card about how great the investor market is. I'm sorry, not just listed, or just listed. Send out something geared towards the investor market. If you like going to networking luncheons, go to a networking luncheon, and when they say, what do? Don't say I'm a real estate agent. Say I'm a real estate investment specialist. Watch where the conversation goes. You're going to find that the people at your table have thought about this. Some of them have done it. They may be active or they may be thinking about it, but it is a major conversation starter. So please, I'm appealing to you to get out there. If you haven't finished, finished. If you have finished, pick a track and just duck your head and hammer that track, and then give us the feedback. What we're asking for from everybody in the course is if you can make a video testimonial just like this, put the webcam on and say, hi, Greg, liked your course, got sick of hearing your voice after a while, but hey, that's not your fault. But I did an open house and I got a customer. Or I sent a mailing out to somebody who had a baby and I have an appointment to show them condos. Whatever. Give me a 2 to 3 minute video telling me what you got out of this, and if you got a piece of business, a listing, or even just an active customer in your car, tell me about it. Anybody who gives a testimonial that we use on the website, we're going to give you 3 months free in the network. So that's worth, $100-something to you. All right? Any other questions? Yep, we have a couple. Can we track? No, we don't have any more. That's it. All right. All right, guys, so we're good. We're done early. As always, email me at greg@ownamerica.com if you have any questions at all. As I said before, everybody who is currently certified and an active member of the network, you've got your Investor Center sitting in your email right now. Go to town. If you have questions, give us a call, send us an email, tell us how it's working. Go out, have fun, and thanks for being here. Have a great day.